20-year-old Ray left his family home in Amesbury, Massachusetts for induction into the United States Navy. In January 1943, he arrived at the Great Lakes Naval Training Center near Chicago, Illinois. At that time, Great Lakes Training Center was one of the world's largest Navy training facilities. During World War II, approximately 1 million sailors trained there, which was about 1/3 of all U.S. Navy personnel who served in the war. Ray's Navy satchel included mementos he received from his time at Great Lakes. Included was a large pamphlet filled with photos showing new recruits what to expect during their induction, such as how they would be fed, getting a haircut, a required dental checkup, where they would sleep, do their laundry, daily calisthenics, church services, and more. The induction program lasted 16 weeks into March. Ray graduated with Company 64. Some sailors would remain at the Great Lakes Training Center for continued training, while others traveled on to other locations, sometimes with friends they made at Great Lakes. Ray was assigned to continue training at nearby Navy Pier in Chicago. Navy Pier was requisitioned by the U.S. Navy for World War I and again in World War II to meet the skills needed for wartime. In 1941, the first contingent of personnel started with 184 sailors and 75 Marines to train as airplane mechanics and metalsmiths. When Ray arrived at Navy Pier in the spring of 1943, over 10,000 sailors and Marines occupied the pier facilities. Having over 1 million square feet of floor space, over 2,000 triple-deck beds were built for sleeping accommodations. Food services provided meals for groups of 3,000 at a time. The food service workers were sailors in training to feed personnel on large Navy ships. The education programs at the pier prepared sailors and Marines to learn everything necessary to keep them flying. Courses covered everything from airplane maintenance and repair to welding, lathes, and machine tools. For many sailors in 1943, Chicago was their first step into the military, their first visit to a big city, and their first home away from home. To make the city a more welcoming place, Chicago, with public support and volunteer help, set up multiple servicemen's centers. The largest was in the Auditorium Building near Michigan Avenue, a short walk from Navy Pier. They provided millions of meals, free lodging, and entertainment for active duty service members passing through the city. Opened in 1942, it featured sleeping quarters for up to 1,200 troops. They provided free meals, lounges for parties and dances, a theater for shows and concerts, and also a bowling alley. The only ticket you need to get in is your uniform. Sailors and Marines had a notable presence throughout the city. A pedestrian bridge was constructed for sailors crossing Michigan Avenue to Navy Pier. The The city of Chicago was a great place for tourists and a great place for sailors. And there were lots of opportunities for leisure time activities around the city. Within walking distance was North Avenue beaches. Also close by was Grant Park, with over 300 acres of landscape venues with monuments and fountains. Ray kept a pocket-sized notebook, and in it, he collected hundreds of names and addresses. Some were guys he trained or worked with, and some were close friends and buddies. On the top of his list was Gerald Stone, from Terre Haute, Indiana, also known as Bud. They met at Great Lakes Boot Camp, and both continued on to Chicago. It appears they stayed in touch during the war. Bud sent this photo to Ray from the South Pacific. Another significant friend was Larry Jagielski from Cicero, Illinois, a Chicago suburb. The Jagielski family invited many of Larry's sailor friends into their home for dinners and gatherings, as did many Chicago families with sons training at Navy Pier. In early spring of 1943, Ray's parents set out from Amesbury to visit their son in Chicago. Ray completed training at Navy Pier October 8, 1943. He earned the rank of Aviation Machinist's Mate, 3rd Class, and became a non-commissioned petty officer. His specialization was in the maintenance, service, and repair of naval aircraft engines and mechanical parts. Ray's pocket notebook also included his training locations and dates. His Chicago area training began in mid-January 1943. After additional training in Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, and Virginia, Ray met his qualifications for his first wartime deployment in North Carolina. It was a one-year process from enlistment to active duty.